nervous over, like the fact that humans, you know what I'm saying, are going to be competing against the best of these AI joints. No, look, it's going to get easier and easier to obviously tell when something is fake versus humanized artistry. Cool. And because that's going to be a reality, I feel like the fact that it's definitely we definitely gonna have a split type of world. Like we're gonna have split worlds where it's like you're gonna have the AI sort of spaces where AI generated music could really, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I wouldn't say thrive or do its best, but like spaces where this AI generated repetitive sort of music can exist, right? And these are probably like playlists. You know what I'm saying? These are probably radio stations. You know what I mean? And also depending on the values of the radio stations and what they find valuable, I guess. Whether that's the authentic human touch in music creation, you know what I mean? But for the most part, I feel like the radio stations are gonna be for these AI things, and then you're gonna have, you know what I'm saying, spaces where the human artist is gonna still do they thing and still do the most, right? Which I feel like is going to be off the DSPs. I feel like DSP joints, you know what I'm saying? Well, as far as playlistings and things like that, the DSPs is gonna consider the AI generated music. But in terms of like performing, performing arts, the performing of the music, you know, like retaining the soul in the music, the focusing in on just one artist and that artist becoming their own little world, little universe, you know what I'm saying, where they can expand into other forms of business like merch, like, you know what I'm saying, collaborating with other human artists, and just like the documentation of that journey of an artist. Obviously the human beings is gonna like exist in that kind of like space of the artistry. That's why I think I said something about just casually listening and the playlist listeners. There's people that are just casual listeners of music. They don't really give a fuck about like, the deep aspects of this artist right here in this music, right? They just, yeah, it's whatever, as long as there's music in the background. And I feel like those are gonna be the people who they may not even tell that, you know what I'm saying, I'm listening to some AI shit. Because the music may just even sound decent enough. I mean, that song that we just heard right now, it sounded decent enough. I'm saying it sounded like some Summer Walker stuff, like, you know what I'm saying, some SZA stuff, if you're into that kind of stuff, LMA type of R&B type, smooth type shit, you know what I'm saying? But then now, when it comes to doubling down, trying to search the artist, trying to da-da-da, there's nothing there. It's probably user blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? At the end of your search, at the end of your due diligence or research that you want to, you know what I'm saying? And therefore, obviously, that takes away the relatability aspect. You being able to relate to what you're listening to, the music of, you know what I'm saying, the source that you're listening to. So in that aspect, the human, you know what I'm saying, the humans will have the people's hearts, while AI will just, they might win in retaining the people's ear, because things like you think about things like charts, and you know what I'm saying, things like, yeah, charts and popular whatever pop cultures climb to the top musically. Like these AI joints is what's gonna have that, and I feel like even with that, it's gonna be a tournament amongst the record labels. That's just how the record labels just gonna earn their stripes and start winning awards. It's through how they battle each other with the AI artists that they create, right? Whereas human beings are probably just now gonna win, not with awards and Grammys and things like that, but just like the human being's heart. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, again, things like putting your life, at least your soul into your art, bruh. You know what I'm saying? I mean, things like expanding and doing other forms of content is where I feel like could help artists as well. You know what I'm saying? Hopping up on, streams here and there. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know, fuck around and just jam a game on a streaming platform. Some shit. You don't have to be a streamer. I'm not saying every artist be a streamer or whatever. Do a little IRL of your tour, nigga. Y'all niggas be touring and shit like that, right? Do a little IRL of you recording some shit. It ain't nothing. It isn't here or nor there, but it's like that's just a function of you connecting to the people that like just be listening to you and just want to dive into you even deeper. Pause. You know what I'm saying? And just find out more about you, because that's the competitive edge you as an artist will have over the AI artist. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna have this effect of us versus them type. You know what I mean? Them niggas is machines, bro. They just generate, bro. They just drop like fucking 50 songs in one day. That's how they gonna be like winning their recognitions and their badges right there. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, you look at like the humanoids, you like, man, this is not how we compete. You know what I'm saying? We compete for people's hearts, like, you know what I mean? It's in how you engage with your community as an artist. That's how you even win, over your competitors, like your peers, your other human artists. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it adds more value when we can see more aspects of you. You know what I mean? Not just music. You feel me? And I get the whole, again, the purity of things. Being a purist. I'm just, I just want to be known for the music. I just That's cool. But you know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's asking you to just like transform your whole flow, transform your whole like way of being, or your whole how you prefer, you know what I'm saying, branding yourself. But just like pop out on some different shit, like here and there, so that there's a different aspect to you that people can just like see, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they can relate on a deeper level. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, I don't know, write a self-help book of how you got to the point where you got to. You know what I'm saying? How you rose above the bullshit.